9 ways to actually keep your New Year's resolutions this year, and the reasons you couldn't keep them before. Whether it's to lose weight, get out of debt, pursue a coveted hobby, socialize more, or something else, for many, making New Year's resolutions is part of starting a new year. And when you commit to goals that should lead to your dreams, hope and optimism that change can happen is in the air. The reality is, however, that over 90% of New Year's resolutions will be abandoned within just a few months. Why aren't you more successful at keeping our New Year's resolutions? There are a couple of reasons. You're thinking too big. Setting unrealistic or overly ambitious goals can quickly lead to discouragement and a loss of motivation. Instead, break down your resolutions into smaller, more manageable steps that you can easily achieve. I will talk more about this later. You're not considering the why behind them. Having a deep understanding of your why, the reasons behind your resolutions, is crucial for maintaining motivation. When you truly understand why you want to achieve something, you're more likely to stay committed even when things get tough. For example, you may have a resolution because someone else thinks you should change, like stop smoking because your husband wants you to, lose weight because your mom thinks you're too big, work less because your wife wants to see you more, etc. But that's usually not a great basis to really stick with something. There are also a lot of resolutions out there because you think you should do something, coming from peer pressure or from trying to be the perfect picture or from the thought, what will they think of me when I... But that's also not a good motivator. Your motivation should come from within. You may not be ready for change. Making significant changes requires a willingness to step outside your comfort zone and adapt to new habits or behaviors. If you're not fully prepared for change and step outside your comfort zone, you're more likely to give up when challenges arise. You're focusing on what you can't do. Instead of dwelling on the things you can't do, shift your focus to what you can do. This positive mindset will empower you to take action and overcome obstacles. So let's talk about how you can stick with your resolutions. Because what if there was a way to make your resolutions stick and turn them from promises into lasting transformations? Let's start. 1. Replace don't with will. One key thing is to shift your focus from what you won't do to what you will do. Instead of saying, I won't eat so much junk food, declare, I will make healthier choices at meal times. Instead of vowing, I don't want to be a couch potato anymore, pledge, I will be a fit person full of energy. This seemingly subtle shift in language is profound. It transforms your mindset from restriction to empowerment. It turns resolutions into action plans, empowering you to take ownership of your goals. 2. Don't make too many resolutions at once. Just pick one. You are overly ambitious. And while that may sound like a cool trait, it's actually diminishing your focus. You lack focus when you try to do 5 things at the same time. You cannot prioritize when you try to do it all. Remember this. People overestimate what they can do in a month, and they underestimate what they can do in 5 years. 3. Make your goals more concrete, specific, and measurable. Vague resolutions like, I'll eat healthier, are easily forgotten. Instead, add concrete sub-goals like, I will reduce my sugar intake by 50%, or I will incorporate more fruits and vegetables into my meals, and then break it down into manageable steps. Don't overwhelm yourself with a massive change overnight. Instead, break down your goal into smaller, achievable steps. For instance, instead of aiming to run a marathon, start by walking for 30 minutes 3 times a week, then add realistic timelines. Don't expect to transform yourself overnight. Set realistic deadlines for each step and adjust them as needed. Remember, consistency is key, not perfection. 4. Don't be afraid to adjust. Life happens and setbacks are inevitable. Don't let them derail your progress. Acknowledge your slip-ups, learn from them, and get back on track. Don't be afraid to adjust your goal or the specifics. 5. Embrace consistency. Make your resolution into a habit. Consistency is key to achieving your goals. Don't expect to transform your life overnight. Change is a process. Instead, focus on incorporating your new habits into your daily routine, making them as seamless and effortless as possible. They say if you do something for 90 days, it has become a habit. 6. Embrace personalization. Tailor your approach. What works for someone else may not work for you. Experiment with different approaches and find what resonates with you. Whether it's setting realistic deadlines, using habit trackers, or rewarding yourself with non-food treats, find what motivates you and stick with it. 7. Enjoy the process and find the fun. Change can be perceived as something negative, but it doesn't have to be. Find ways to make incorporating your new habits enjoyable. Whether it's joining a fun fitness class, exploring a new culinary adventure, or dedicating time for activities you love, find ways to make your journey fulfilling. Don't forget to celebrate successes and milestones. Those are very important to stay motivated. Whether it's completing a workout, adding a new healthy habit, or simply sticking to your diet plan for one day, acknowledge your progress and reward yourself for your efforts. 8. Don't neglect your overall well-being. Trying to achieve a New Year's resolution while neglecting your overall well-being is a recipe for disaster. Make sure to prioritize your sleep, eat healthy meals, and engage in stress-relieving activities. When you feel your best, you're more likely to stay motivated and focused on your goals. 9. Be patient. Change takes time and effort. Don't get discouraged if you don't see immediate results. Celebrate your progress along the way, no matter how small. Remember, consistency and perseverance are the keys to achieving your New Year's goals. Turn your New Year's resolutions into reality because they will lead to your dream life. Don't let the 90% failure rate of New Year's resolutions discourage you. With consistent effort and perseverance, you can achieve your goals. Start by focusing on one resolution at a time. Break down your goal into smaller, achievable steps, and don't be afraid to adjust your plan as needed. Most importantly, stick with it. Consistency is key to making lasting change. Celebrate your progress along the way, and don't get discouraged by setbacks. Remember, you can do it. Thank you for watching today. If you love these tips, please leave a heart in the comments. And if you want to learn more about self-improvement and personal development, subscribe to this channel as I will keep sharing more videos on these topics so you can develop into the person you want to be and create the life of your dreams. See you next time. Namaste.